Good morning to all viewers and listeners of Concerned Citizens Media. Welcome back and nice to have you here. So as usual, I have some news to read to you, then some videos to share with you at the end of the reading material. Welcome back again. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Concerned Citizens Media. Here are the news and Concerned Citizens Media comment for March 8, 2021. First, the breaking news from Addis Ababa. Hashtag starving for justice participants Jawar Mohammed, Bekele Gerba, Hamza Borena agreed to stop the hunger strike and start eating on Monday. This is very encouraging and life-saving news, and it is also the answer for millions of Oromo's prayers. This decision was mediated by Oromo elders, political leaders such as Derartu Tullu, President of Ethiopia Athletics Federation, their medical doctors, and with consultation with their lawyers. The hunger strike lasted almost for 39 days, and its cause is not yet resolved. I think it is an excellent decision and must be honored. Do not make Abiy Ahmed and his supporters celebrate your ending. These Oromo politicians' survival can contribute a lot for the Oromo's freedom movement and for that country's direction in the future. So it is a good news. It's encouraging news. They agreed with consultation with their lawyer, with medical staff, plus with Oromo politicians, elders, so including religious leaders. They agreed to stop the hunger strike. So this is give us a hope for for saving them for future struggle, for future resistance against injustice in Oromia and Ethiopia. So this is really very, very encouraging news, and we should all welcome it and encourage them to honor it, to continue eating, not to give excuse for Abiy Ahmed and his supporters to celebrate their ending. They were waiting. It didn't happen. Fortunately, it's a good thing. The government didn't intervene because they want them to die, really. So now this is very good news. Credit for this is Yoya Media and Ethio Forum. World Bank statement on current situation in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is currently facing challenging times, and the World Bank Group is keenly following the latest development in the country. The unrest in Ethiopia is unfortunate and of great concern. Such events undermine all the encouraging economic and social development outcomes the country has achieved in recent years. World Bank Group helps Ethiopia to address its citizens' demand for basic human service such as education, health, clean water, women empowerment, uh, livelihood support, social and environmental protection in all regions. This is another disappointment and frustration about Abiy Ahmed's leadership from global agency like World Bank Group. Ordinary Ethiopians' lives could severely impacted if World Bank Group stops its assistance because of Abiy Ahmed's failure in Ethiopia. Ethiopians must demand Abiy Ahmed and his close associates to leave office before too late. They failed the country in several fronts and they do not deserve to remain in office. Concerned citizens' media repeatedly called on Abiy Ahmed to resign for exposing Ethiopia for bloodshed and other grave human rights violations. As you might remember, I called multiple times and also encouraged others to demand for his resignation. Some heard the news, they demanded his resignation, but it's not enough. So now the World Bank, support basic services like clean water, education, health. So if they decide to stop helping Ethiopia, that will be a devastating blow to the Ethiopians. We are poor. We need the financial assistance from World Bank, from IMF, all this. Because of these guys in power, Ethiopians might suffer. So that's why we call on Abiy Ahmed and his close associate to leave the office for the sake of Ethiopians and for the sake of the country. Ethiopia-Sudan tension continues. Egypt President Abdel Fatah El-Sisi visited Khartoum, Sudan to assure in carrying out the agreement signed between the two countries' chief of staff before his visit. President El-Sisi warned against Ethiopia continuing to fill a giant dam built on the Nile River, and he expressed his support for Sudan's call for United Nations, European Union, United States of America, and African Union mediation on Ethiopia's hydro dam project. Ethiopia repeatedly rejected such widening of mediators and vowed to complete its project on her own schedule. Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afewerki also paid a visit to Juba, Sudan. The purpose of their visit is not known. These two dictators are in fear and terrified what measure or action the United States might take when the 72 hours warning time for Eritrean and Amhara militia withdrawal from Tigray region is ending soon. They will be accountable for the war crimes, genocides, and crimes against humanity carried out in the Tigray region and other areas too. So Egypt president is in Khartoum. Before that, Egypt foreign minister was in Khartoum. Then the military, the two countries chief of staffs signed just last week, signed a deal, cooperative pact, defense cooperation deal. So something is cooking there, and that, you know, might scare Abiy to run to the small country, which is unstable by itself, fighting between, you know, uh, the government and the opposition. A small country, Juba, Sudan. So because he don't have other friends. All Europeans, the United States, and even African countries like Kenya, they don't want to see him. So he took Isaias Afewerki with him, and he went to Juba. I don't know, maybe something to do with TPLF fighters over there, or they requesting maybe I don't know what Juba or South Sudan can help them, but they went there. The two leaders, the two dictators, they are worried. America gave them 72 hours for Amaras and Eritrean soldiers to leave Tigray region. So they are nervous, they are worried. So that's why they are running around. Plus Sudan is moving deep into Ethiopia's territory. And the Amaras are happy about getting Walqait Tagade, celebrating, you know, with gun salutes and a lot of shillalas, qarartos, but they are missing the big picture. The country is in trouble, the whole country. They're talking about small region, Walqait Tagade. They don't know the whole country is in trouble. That's why, you know, don't worry about those small benefits. See the big picture. Stand up with other freedom fighters to remove these dictators. You know, to keep, you know, Isaias Afewerki to stay in Eritrea. You know, keep them for the, you know, we don't need his democracy. We don't need his freedom. We don't need his help. We don't need his advice. He is not even good for Eritreans. So we don't want him to jump around and teach the, you know, already taught him how to kill, how to suppress oppositions, how to postpone elections, how to cheat elections, to make him a dictator. So that's the challenge, and the Amaras are only looking after small gains. You know, they think they defeated TPLF forever. So we'll see. 72 hours is counting down. I don't know how many left. So what is coming, we don't know. I know United Nations hearing is coming up on Wednesday on Ethiopia, and I don't think Eritreans and Isaias Afewerki and Abiy Ahmed listen to the warning. I don't think so. These people, they don't. If you follow the news, Abiy Ahmed is bragging about, you know, to defend the country, all kind of talk, and now they also started the media campaign to, you know, to change public opinions. They have documentary about the Maikadra, how Wayane was bad, how Wayane was killing people. So my comment is, if this is true, why you deny international community, you know, from investigating the situation? If the government didn't do, if Abiy and Isaias Afewerki has nothing to do, if the Amaras has nothing to do, why they blocking the international community to see the truth? They are telling us now on their own media, this is done by TPLF. Okay, if that is true, let the world know. Let the world in and investigate and find out Yes, it is done by TPLF or someone else. So the media campaign is good to change domestic opinion plus the global opinion about Ethiopia. They started long documentary about my cadre, about all what Wayane did. So let the international community come in and investigate. The independent investigation should be carried out. Then let them say it. If the Ethiopian government said it doesn't make sense because they are the one who waged the war. So it doesn't make sense. If it is true, if it's done by TPLF, let the international community come in and investigate it. Don't block it. Okay, let's continue. Another pressure on Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia. On March 5, 2021, the United States senators reintroduced resolution encouraging peaceful resolution to conflict in Tigray, Ethiopia. A bipartisan resolution calls on the government of Ethiopia, the Tigray People Liberation Front, and other belligerents to cease all hostilities, protect human rights, allow unfettered humanitarian access, and cooperate with the independent investigation of credible atrocity allegation pertaining to the conflict in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a vital US ally in the whole of Africa and the broader region, and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has worked to advance democratic and economic reform since 2018, said Senator Ridge. Senator Ridge also added, the situation in Tigray is deeply concerning due to the significant human suffering it has caused, but also because it poses the most significant threat to Ethiopia's fragile transition to democracy to date, and has serious implications for the security and stability of the broader region. The lawmakers sponsored this resolution are Senator Jim Risch, Republican from Idaho, ranking member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Senator Ben Cardin, Democrat from Maryland, a senior member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Senator Marco Rubio, Republican, Florida, Senator Chris Van Hollen, Democrat from Maryland, Senator Todd Young, Republican from Indiana, Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat from Virginia, and Chris Coons, Democrat from Delaware. So these Republicans and the Democratic senators sponsored a resolution concerning Tigray region, but they try to be fair. They included TPLF and others to be fair. So they call for independent investigation, to cease hostilities. But Abiy Ahmed, yes, in 2018, he tried, to make, he was talking about making, widening the field, democratic field, increasing democracy, releasing all prisoners, allowing all these opposition political parties to come in. Yes, for a short period of time. Now, all that is stopped. So I don't agree a little bit about the statement, like it says, Abiy Ahmed has worked to advanced democratic and economic reform since 2018. So yes, he started, but he turned around. He became a dictator now. He narrowed the field. He filled all the prisons, and he started using public schools and the government buildings to hold prisoners. So totally a different situation. This statement is not strong enough to blame him for all these violations. So the global community focuses on Tigray region. We appreciate that one, but a lot of atrocities happening in Oromo region, Benishangul region, and other areas, and all anti-democratic activities in other areas. So he is not reforming. He is not working for the advancement of democracy anymore. No, after he became, especially after the two evils joined, after the two devils, Isaias Afewerki and Abiy Ahmed joined together, nothing good is happening, and nothing good will happen in the future too. Nothing. We saw what Eritrea looks like, so we don't expect for good thing from Isaias Afewerki. So, and I repeatedly call on Ethiopians, but Fano, Kero joint movement is far now. There, everyone is silent. Kero is still fighting, even though under heavy gun, and under heavy police brutalities in every corner in Oromia. They shut them down. They don't allow them to express themselves. They are guarded by heavy gun every corner. This is what the Isaias Afewerki advised him to do. So that's the challenge, and the country is under heavy pressure from different angles. The other good news for today is COVID-19 stimulus package nearing rollout for all qualifying Americans. After back and forth, 1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief aid is approved by 50 Democrats and 49 Republicans opposing it. Yeah, that's almost 50-50. And we don't know the Republicans when it comes to helping the American people, what is the hold. Almost all the Republicans voted against it. It's questionable, and as the voters should, challenge them why they voted against the money which is intended to help the American people, American business owners, American families with children. Why they voted against? What is the challenge right there? So the voters will have to answer when the election comes. The House of Representatives will vote on the Senate version again, and then it will head to the President's desk within a week for signature. Hopefully, the relief aid will be out to qualifying Americans and the business bank account before the end of March. Several stimulating good stuffs in these COVID-19 relief packages, including 1,400 per individual and 2,800 for joint tax filers, money for small business, money for unemployed individuals, rental assistance for Americans, money for cities and states, money for vaccine distributions, and for several other qualifying Americans and other programs. This aid package is intended to uplift Americans from COVID-19 related catastrophes and to stimulate or revive the country's economy. So it is coming up. Just give it a little bit time, and there are a lot of good things in that relief package. You know, the American business are struggling. So that aid, that relief package is essential to help the American families, American businesses. So many good things in it. So qualifying families are expected to gain benefit from this, including child care expenses, child credits, and you know, the 1,400 per individuals, 2,800 per family. So a lot of good things, and as I said, it's expected to Americans' account before the end of March, and I will report to you when the president signed it after the House of Representatives voted on it. So probably this week, I hope so. So that's the reading part. So let's share some videos, then I'll finish today's presentation. Let's see. Okay, give me time. Okay, the first one is come on, don't do that. There you go. This is this one is this is gonna teach you about the federal arrangements of Ethiopia. It looks like recorded for children, but I think it might help us to understand what are different regions in Ethiopia. Let's listen to it. Come on.
touching Djibouti and Eritrea in the east of the country of Ethiopia. My capital's here, I will show ya. It goes by the name of Samira. I'm the Amhara region, I do touch Sudan. In the west of my country, I do span. My capital is standing still underneath the star. It goes by the name of Baghdad. Beni Shengel Gumus, that is my name. Touching Sudan and South Sudan, that is my fame. My capital's name is Asosa. In the west it stands, I just showed ya. I'm Diradawa, the second largest city. I'm set in the east, my sights are so pretty. I'm the Gambela region, I'm in the west. I do touch South Sudan because I'm the best. I also have a capital named Gambela. Go to Gambela National Park if I see ya. I'm the Harari region, I am super small. Just because I'm so little doesn't mean I don't stand tall. You'll find my capital under this here star. It goes by the name of Harar. Oromo region touches South Sudan. I also touch Kenya, that's quite a span. Addis Ababa is my capital. It's also Ethiopia, as I tell you in full. This little region, it's called Sidama. I have a capital named Awasa. Somali region touches Djibouti. It also touches Somalia, as you can see. Jijiga is my capital here. Please come visit when you are near. Southern nations, nationalities, and people's region. To say it's a breeze, Awasa, that's my capital's name. Lake Awasa, I touch it so tame. Tigray region touches Eritrea. It also touches Sudan, you just saw. Bekele is my capital. Now we move on to this country in full. I am Ethiopia, it's nice to meet ya. With my capital, Addis Ababa. We make up Ethiopia, a rugged country in the east, in the Horn of Africa, and a landlocked country. We're ethno-linguistically based regional states with a capital, Addis Ababa. It's really great. Search the Kids Learning Tube app on Apple and Android devices and download it today for a safe viewing